The twin sons of Dracoris Prime beat down mercilessly on the salvage yard as Aaron wiped the grease from his hands. His battered freighter, the Wandering Star, sat in the open hangar like a metallic corpse, waiting for resurrection. 3 months of scraping together credits, and he still didn't have enough for a new thermal regulator. Just another day in paradise, he muttered, reaching for his canteen. That's when he heard it, a sound somewhere between a whimper and a growl, coming from behind the scrap pile near the perimeter fence. Aaron's hand instinctively moved to the plasma pistol at his hip. Dracoris Prime wasn't exactly known for its friendly wildlife, but curiosity, that eternal human curse, pulled him forward. Behind a twisted heap of hull plating, he found her. She was massive, easily 12 feet tall even while slumped against the wreckage. Scales the color of burnished copper covered her body, and great leathery wings lay folded awkwardly behind her back. Her reptilian face showed obvious signs of distress, and her amber eyes tracked him with a mixture of fear and defiance. A Dracari, one of the legendary dragon people of the scorched reaches. "Easy there," Aaron said softly, keeping his hands visible. "I'm not going to hurt you." The young Dracari female tried to speak, but only a rasping sound emerged from her throat. Her tongue, forked and silver, lolled from her mouth. The signs were obvious. Severe dehydration. Probably got separated from her flight and stranded in the wasteland. Aaron didn't hesitate. He unclipped his canteen and approached slowly. "Here, water." Her eyes widened. In the galactic community, Dracari were known as proud warriors, conquerors of a dozen star systems. Humans were known as, well, persistent cockroaches who somehow survived despite having no natural weapons, no scales, no claws, and a homeworld that seemed actively hostile to life. The idea of a human helping a Dracari was absurd, but Aaron held out the canteen anyway. After a long moment, she took it with trembling claws and drank deeply. When it was empty, Aaron went back to his ship and returned with 3 more. She drank those too, plus the emergency water rations he kept in his survival kit. "What's your name?" Aaron asked, settling down on a piece of scrap metal. "Savannah," she managed, her voice rough but functional now. Was a warrior candidate. I failed the endurance trial. I brought shame to my clan." "Looks like you endured pretty well to me," Aaron said. "You made it this far, didn't you?" Savannah looked away. "I should have died with honor. Not been saved by a—" She trailed off. "By a human?" Aaron grinned. "Yeah, we're not much to look at. No wings, no fire breath, no scales, just stubbornness and poor survival instincts." He stood and offered his hand. "Come on, I've got a med kit in the ship. Let's get you patched up." She stared at his outstretched hand, so small compared to her massive claws, and something shifted in her expression. Slowly, carefully, she took it. Aaron woke the next morning to the sound of thunder. Except it wasn't thunder. It was the synchronized march of hundreds of feet. He stumbled out of his hangar to find his entire salvage yard surrounded. 378 Dracari warriors stood in perfect formation, their scales gleaming in every color imaginable: crimson, emerald, sapphire, obsidian. They wore ceremonial armor that probably cost more than his ship would ever be worth. At the center of the formation stood Savannah, now cleaned and armored, looking every inch the warrior she'd claimed not to be. Beside her stood an enormous male Dracari with scales like molten gold and a crown of horns that marked him as high-ranking nobility. Aaron's plasma pistol suddenly felt very inadequate. The golden Dracari stepped forward, and his voice boomed across the yard. "I am Warlord Carvash, Flame of the Scorched Reaches, commander of the 7th Legion. You are the human called Aaron?" Yes, sir," Aaron managed, his mouth suddenly dry. "You saved my daughter." "Oh. Well," that explained things. and also made them infinitely worse. Yes, she needed help. Carvash studied him with eyes that had seen centuries of warfare. When Savannah failed to return from her trial, we prepared funeral rites. The trial is sacred. We do not intervene. If a warrior cannot survive alone, they are not worthy. His voice softened slightly. But she did survive. Because of you. Aaron wasn't sure if he should apologize or run. You gave her water, Carvash continued, when my people would have let her die for honor's sake. You, a human, supposedly weak and worthless, you stopped your work and shared your limited resources with a stranger who could have killed you with one claw. The warlord moved closer until he towered over Aaron like a building. Then, to Aaron's shock, he knelt. Behind him, 377 other Drakari did the same. The sound was like a landslide. The Drakari do not forget such kindness, Carvash said. You have shown us something we had forgotten in our pursuit of strength, that there is honor in mercy and courage in compassion. You saved my daughter not because she was mighty, but because she needed help. This is a warrior's heart of a kind we have not known. He reached to his belt and unclasped something, a medallion that glowed with inner fire. This is the flame of kinship. It marks you as blood brother to Clan Carvash. Our warriors are your warriors. Our resources are your resources. Call upon us, and we will answer. This is our vow. Aaron took the medallion with shaking hands. It was warm, pulsing like a heartbeat. Savannah stepped forward, her eyes meeting his. You could have left me to die. Instead, you gave me water and dignity. I owe you my life, Aaron of Earth. We all do. Aaron looked out at the sea of kneeling dragon warriors, then down at the medallion in his hands, then back at his broken-down freighter. A laugh bubbled up from his chest, the kind of laugh that comes when the universe throws something so absurd at you that you can't help but appreciate the cosmic joke. You know, he said, I could really use help fixing my thermal regulator. Carvash's booming laugh echoed across the salvage yard. Done. And we shall gift you a new ship worthy of a brother of the Drakari. As the warriors rose and began to swarm his hangar with cheerful efficiency, Aaron caught Savannah's eye. She smiled, a fearsome sight with all those teeth, but genuine. Thank you, she said simply. Aaron smiled back. Just another day in paradise. Humanity had no claws, no scales, no natural weapons. But they had something perhaps more powerful, the instinct to help, even when it made no strategic sense. And in a galaxy ruled by strength, sometimes the most dangerous thing was simple kindness. Because humans didn't conquer through fear, they conquered through friendship. And the universe was still trying to figure out how to defend against that.